Much heavy? Much heavier? No worries. Put a recording with Chris Gleason, who looks after all the media stuff, all the commentators, and I said, mate, we need a big slot. Yeah. He said, oh, we're not a lovely club, but we just need a bigger. That's pretty good. What weight?
I had to chase it up so I can pass and buy it over at Avondale. Oh yeah? Yeah, they're like, oh, I'm not going to eat it. Do you see all the camera equipment?
Good, yourself?
Good.
Got any water up there? You want some water?
We don't have any, but if you've got them spare, but it's for the girls though, isn't it?
There's plenty in here, mate.
You're a good man, thank you. Only if you got spare.
Yeah, no problem.
Thank you very much, thanks for having us here.
No worries.
So this is the first game on the
on the relay pitch.
relay pitch.
Yep.
This is your number one, isn't it?
It's number one ground, yeah. How many of you are up there?
Two.
You want some? Yeah, I've got all of them.
So you go to the top.
I'll just come up the ladder, yeah.
All right, good on you, mate. Thanks very much.
If you run out, you need some more, just go around.
Thanks very much. You're a good man. Thank you. Well, it is.
That'll be after the game.
Yeah, that's right. And I go to an Italian restaurant. Actually, they chill the glasses in a sensation.
There's nothing like a cold beer in a chilled glass.
Yeah, I agree with you, mate. Your chance today is not scoring, are you? That's the issue.
That's the issue, yeah. Well, we've been working on it. We'll see how we go.
Help us level the playing field. Sign the parliamentary petition today to fuel the growth and fund the game.
Always
Yeah, well, when she came and played for Keilor Park in Division 1 back in the day.
Right.
Convinced her to come to Calder.
You were over Calder for a while, were you?
Yeah, so Northern year 2016, 17, 18, Mark Picasso and the late Ian Williamson.
Where's England? I think I've been there. I'm sure I've called. Calder's a good facility, and I'm sure I've called.
No. Calder's no longer exists. They wrapped it up last year. Too much debt.
Calder was your team.
Yeah, they don't exist anymore. Yeah, so the junior NPL girls license went to Avondale because they only had the senior license.
Right.
And so Calder is no longer in existence. Last year was the last year in the VPL.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is a shame
Because they dominated it for a while, didn't they?
yeah.
Remember in 2019 when first you called, and they called a lot of LMA.
Yeah.
They called Calder once, they won 16, I won't do this side.
No. 2016.
They had that girl that scored all the goals. In 2019. She was a superstar.
Zimmerman.
That's the one. That's the one. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
She was a revelation her first season. She scored 49 goals for the season, I think.
Yeah, mate.
I'll be like, oh my god, that is so halal. And they'll be like,
They're just running to the bottom too, so I'm like, that's a
I'll put the drink bottles. See, there's a line.
hello, testing.
I hope I don't get beat with the knife. It's alright, I will back this up over there and then you can leave that behind the thing so it's just hidden. I'll do that there. Oh, day for it. Absolute day for it. What I'm going to do is take that out.
Or you can take mine out.
Got the board?
I just need to mark out your technical areas.
I haven't been marking.
Now, do you have a set of cones?
We can go get some.
Do you,
We've got bibs.
do you have cones in here?
No, we just have bibs.
Yeah, no, I need a set of cones.
All good. Any specific colour or?
I'll go get some.
Yeah.
Sorry, are you going to get some from?
No, I'll take me out just out.
Thank you.
I don't know if I'll be fine.
All good?
But I'm going to be like an asshole when you're here. I want you better take them out. Okay. I can't wait for you to be an asshole. We cop it. If you're on the other side, you'll be safe.
Yeah. Oh, these are where the lollies
You
are.
wear skins, we cop it for your earrings, we cop it for your bracelet.
That's why it's always been a
During
rule.
your game, I'm like telling people, take
Oh,
it. Are you going to play? No. For sure? She'll be like, okay then.
Dale.
Dale.
Dale, D-E-L.
Dale? What's Hale?
Dale, Luke.
Dale.
Dale.
I got it the first time with his face. The laptop. Yeah, right.
Testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Great to be here.
Dale Donnelly.
We gotta grab some. Dale be done.
Just so I can be like, stay away.
Yeah, it's esky. You don't need water. How big do you want it?
Just can I have the white?
Give it a crack. Good luck, mate.
Do you want water?
Good afternoon as round 4 of the women's NPL season continues for Senol, our major sponsor. Great to have them on board. And it's a game today between the two sides that came up last year, first and second in the VPL at the end of the home and away season. VPL 1, of course. And it was a terrific season for the Avondale Avengers, who incredibly scored 137 and conceded 12, and they got through undefeated. And even though they lost their semi-final and a number of players left the club, Keilor Park had finished second. So here at Keilor Park, we're on pitch number 1. It's been relayed. First match this season on pitch number 1. And it's 9th against 12th. Avondale have had a win and 2 losses. Their win was 3-0 against the highly fancied Bulleen. And their 2 losses were 1-0 in the opening game of the season to Alamein, and 3-2 despite being very impressive, especially in the first half against Melbourne Victory. While for Keilor Park, just 1 goal so far and a 1-1 draw against Spring Hills, and then they had a draw the next week. So they're 2 draws at the moment and 1 loss, and that was here against Alamein in a pretty tight game, and then last week they were well beaten 4-0 by Bulleen. And results last night to kick off the round, and they were one-way traffic, some big scores. Spring Hill 6 over bottom side, Bentley 1. Boroondara made it 4 in a row to remain on top. Incredible start by the Boroondara Carey Eagles, 4-1. And Box Hill 4 against Heidelberg 0. One of the best sides last year. So in possession straight away, the home team through Holmes, who lobs the ball into the right-hand side to Sheehan. She's met by Barrerio of the Avondale side. The Avengers goes inside again, taken by Lena, the captain. They're well inside their attacking half, but cleared at the back and putting it over the sideline, Avondale. And they'd be happy with that early days. Claridge. Elise Kelman-Knight playing today with of course, her TV duties not required, as Holmes was close to the line as she got that throw right on the edge of the byline, and she had a go, and it was knocked over the byline by the Avondale team, who've got to defend straight away. And Elise Kelman-Knight playing today. Commentary duties with Channel 10 for the Asian Cup, well and truly underway at the moment. Australia 2 from 2 involve the Matildas, so she can play when the Matildas aren't playing. Low ball, headed away. Oh, Kelman-Knight stayed in play, and then it's knocked into the right-hand corner. I thought they were able to clear it over the crossbar, the Avondale team, but they've put it away. And what a start that is for Keilor Park inside the first 5 minutes. And it just fell away to Lena, who was waiting down. Or was it Abby Holmes? I think it might have been Abby Holmes who was there again to score that first goal. It was Abby Holmes. What a start. She scored the only 2 goals so far for this team, but it's taken 5 minutes. They do concede, Avondale, but they do score as well. Goad to Barrerio. They get their first touch. Gets it back now. Mayata, one of their many recruits, has come from Heidelberg. Goes across to Claridge. Now to the centre back. Genesaris, the captain, a through ball. Trying to get on the end of it now is Young, who scored 4 times in the last 2 games, including a hat-trick against Bulleen. And they got the last touch, and it goes over the sideline. So they're inside their attacking half. Kelman-Knight just couldn't clear with the header. I thought originally she had, and Holmes put it away. Here's Wilkinson. Such a handy player, over 100 nationals in New Zealand, scored twice in 3 World Cups. They just got boot to ball then, Avondale, but it's cleared over the sideline in front of the social club rooms by the home team, Keilor Park. They lead 1-0 inside 5 minutes. Abby Holmes with both goals this year in round 1 and today. They went goalless in the last 2 weeks, including a 4-0 loss to Bulleen last week. Back now for Avondale, but Inglis is there waiting for it to go over the byline, and it does. Getting goal side. So an incredible start. Maggie Byrne, the goalkeeper, done a good job, although last week Bulleen just a little bit too much class. The Gersovich sisters playing today. Hunter, the younger one. Poppy starting as a sub for Keilor Park goes over the top. Sheehan can't keep it alive. Just inside the attacking half for the Keilor Park team. Barrerio in front of our commentary position gets it to Allen. Allen, who's been at a number of clubs. Bentley and Heidelberg and Alamein. Goes back now inside the defensive half to Genesaris. Genesaris to Goad. Goad on the ball now. Has Barrerio down the left-hand side, but she kicks into the body of Sheehan. Takes evasive action and puts it over the sideline. Goad again for Avondale. Hacked down by Barrerio. Now to Kelman Knight. Over 100 games for Australia. Good ball inside, but cleared at the back by Leighton for the Keilor Park side. Gets it down to Commodore. Commodore now to Sheehan. Holmes is a dangerous player. Genesaris puts it over the back in the end. The goalkeeper, Bennett, had her opponent, Holmes, right at her. And they've got to go back a couple of times. Genesaris back to Bennett. Now Kelman Knight angry with herself. Just gave it straight back on halfway to Inglis, but turned over again by Wilkinson. A class act. Very good to get out on her own and stay on side. And the goal she scored this year, Young, turns a couple inside out. Gets held up outside the 18-yard area. Gets it back to Mayata! Magnificent goal! What a strike by Mayata! It's 1-0. 2 goals inside 10 minutes. This could be a high-scoring affair. And there was nothing the goalkeeper, Maggie Byrne, could do. She looked like she may have got a hand on it, but it just kept travelling and travelling and travelling. Mayata, what a goal that is. It's 1-1. What a start. In round 4 of the Chanel women's competition. Dan Lonigan here with the stream. If we get more football like this, what an afternoon we've got in front of us. Gasovic receives from Holmes. Goes down the right-hand side. Cut off, though, at the back. Comfortably by Accordo, who's just come across from Heidelberg this year. One of the defenders inside. The goal scorer, Miata, goes back now to Bennett. Accordo did very, very well to help out her teammates, and she'll receive it now. Accordo goes inside now to the captain. Janet Saris is also the community engagement manager at this club. So she's got a roll on the field and off. And there's going to be a free kick, and it'll go the way of Avondale inside the defensive half. Janet Saris to take it. She'll go wide now to Kelman Knight. 100 games for Australia. 129 in the A-League. Twice at Raw, and also played with Victory in City. Janet Saris again inside the attacking half to Allen. Allen had it pinched away by Lena. Into the body now of Miata. They love to get teams on the counter-attack. Through ball now, Barrerio down the left-hand side. She's not goal side. She lobs it over the top, and it clears the crossbar. But they're attacking early. Avondale 1. Keilor Park 1. From a poor clearance from a header from Kelman Knight, saw Holmes put one in the back of the net for Keilor Park inside, well, less than 2 minutes probably, and then less than the 10-minute mark, Mayata has scored long range outside the 18-yard penalty area. Now they're trying to win possession, Keilor Park. Still inside the defensive half. Allen got a touch. Mayata now to Wilkinson. Beautiful ball, but Young trails it in. Looking to try and ensure it goes over the sideline. Keilor Park. Young was put down. And eventually it does go over the sideline, and it will be an Avondale ball. Kelman Knight to take it. Young scored a hat-trick in their win over Bulleen. It was a magnificent performance by the American recruit. Here's Kelman Knight now. What a great player she's been over the years. Played with 8 clubs in general. Beautiful deep ball on the left. Hacked away again by Young. Miata was out of position. Cleared now by Lena, but there's no one there. It's all defence at the back. Claridge does well. In ball once more by Avondale, but Byrne is there to cut it off. Kelman Knight with a long, searching left foot ball, but had no one on the end of it inside the 18-yard area. So Byrne, it's 1-1. Wobbly kick to halfway. Bounces away from Sheehan. Holmes heads it down. Sheehan is after it now. Getting in front of her as Accordo and puts it over the sideline. although Sheehan did in the end. Cardo was very robust getting goal side for Avondale. 1-1. It's been a magnificent start. Holmes is telling Jess Sheehan to get in front of her opponents. Got it down to Mayata from Barrero. Back to Mayata inside the attacking half. She'll go down the left-hand side. Kelman Knight is the player. Hunter Gersovic, though, is goal side. She goes back now towards Leighton. Approached by Kelman Knight. Back to Gersovic. Back to Leighton again. Hacked down by Commodore, but going the wrong way, Kelman Knight. And getting across the path of Goad. And it goes over the sideline. I thought that maybe Hunter Gersovic, the younger of the two Gersovic girls. Poppy is starting on the bench today. It is actually going to be a goal kick for Keilor Park. It's 1-1. They like to score, Avondale. They were beaten 3-2 last week in a game that probably could have been a draw against Melbourne Victory. There were 4 goals inside the first 30 minutes of that game. Here's Maggie Byrne. Hacking it away is Barrerio inside the attacking half for Avondale. Nice little nodder by Leighton for Keilor Park. Sydney Allen is brought down, attacked the other way by the big body of Ingalls. Fair enough too, I reckon. Both players went down. Sydney Allen coming up worse for wear. Taken by Commodore down the left-hand side. She goes wide. Comes indoors again from Keilor Park. Good effort though by Miata at the back. Has a player out now, ready to go down that right-hand side. Looking to set things up for Avondale. A through ball, but at the back, Gersovic, centre back, supported by Leighton. And now Ingalls. And a through ball once more by Keilor Park. But at the back, the goalkeeper cleans up Bennett for Avondale. Barrerio, Miata, back to Barrerio. Barrerio inside ball. She started her football career at Perth. Here's Allen. Little touch by Gersovic just inside the attacking half for Keilor Park. Got it down to Sheehan. Holmes was brought down as she tried to get boot to ball. Barrerio clears now. Goad has Gersovic putting pressure on her. Great little ball by Wilkinson. So good on the ball. The New Zealand international. Back now to Goad. Goad has a player arriving for her, but she kicks into bodies, Kelman Knight. Back to Goad again. Down the left-hand side. Gersovic does well to go goal side. Pass low. Picked off inside the 18-yard area by Ingalls of Keilor Park. Through the middle. Intercepted again by Miata. Kelman Knight involved with Allen. Ingalls there. Forces Kelman Knight wide to Goad. Down the left-hand side. Lobbing ball. Goes wide and over the byline.
We need you in more, yeah? Well done.
It's 1-0. 1-1, I should say. Pulsating start in the Senol NPL women's competition. The two promoted sides from VPL last year. Remember, a 14-team comp now with the two young teams, Melbourne City and Melbourne Victory, joining forces. Missed by Lena from the Burn kick in. Here's Barrerio, does well. Pops a pass out wide now to Goad. Goad on the left. Wilkinson got there and hacked it into the right goal post. She was dangerous, loitering inside the 10-metre area there for the Avondale side, and she wasn't far away. So Keilor Park have an opportunity now to try and combine down that left-hand side. But good work to come across and put it over the sideline as Genesaris, as the run was on, and they couldn't quite finish it off. Kopanekia was the player that was charging in front of the social club rooms for Keilor Park, but wasn't able to get decent boot on ball. But they still have possession. High ball on the edge of the 18-yard area. Lena gets it back now. Shooting long and missing by a fair way. Keilor Park, that went right over the sideline from Lena. A little bit like the Maggie Holmes goal back in round one against Spring Hills, who won their second game of the season last night. Thrashing Bentley 6-1. Combining at the back, Avondale. Here's Kelman Knight. Miata Janetsaris attacking hard. Commodore for the Keilor Park side. Into the wind. The left foot kick from the goalkeeper, Bennett, over the sideline. Here's Kelman Knight again, an outstanding commentator as well as being a brilliant footballer. Goes back now in the direction of Accardo. Accardo finds Janetsaris. Janetsaris through the middle of the park to Wilkinson. The star scored twice in World Cups. Means you're a great player. Leighton, though, gets in the row from the Wilkinson pass for Keilor Park. Back, though. Accardo doing well so far for Avondale. Janetsaris, the captain, the general. Goes back now to the goalkeeper who slides it wide again to Claridge. Starting today, wide ball. Kelman Knight right on the edge of the sideline. Goes down the line now to Barrerio. Barrerio under some pressure. Through ball. Taken by Wilkinson. Trapped it brilliantly down the right-hand side. Young stays on line. She's very good like this and generally finishes. She scored a great goal last week against Victory. Cuts inside on the left. Cleared at the back by Leighton. Off balance. Helped out again by Sheehan. Commodore. Good play by Lena getting back as a defensive midfielder in the middle of the park to Kopenekia. She'll go wide again. They'll look to set things up down that right-hand side. Under pressure. Through ball by Keilor Park, but chopped off at the back by Janetsaris. The defender's doing a good job. And there'll be a free. Play goes down. Kelman Knight. Two very good players. I mean, they've got a lot of players in this Avondale side. The two have played over 100 internationals for their respective countries, Kelman Knight and Wilkinson. Certainly helps. And they did go on a recruiting spree. Through ball by Accordo. Kelman Knight. Back now to Accardo. Janetsaris, Accardo. Good pressure by Holmes, making it tough for them to get through. And then down to Kelman Knight. Through ball again. Does she stay on side? She does. Sloane Young, she sort of pops up like a sprinkler head, doesn't she? To get down that right-hand side and hair away.
There's a big pocket in front. She's up beside Hannah. We need her dropping in.
Goes over the sideline. It's going to be a Keilor Park ball right in front of the social club rooms. Hacking it away. Kelman Knight. Miata gets a through ball. Player was brought down. Could have been a free kick to Sloane Young, the American, who scored 4 times this year. Great control of the ball by Allen. Through ball now to Wilkinson. Just gets a touch on it opposed to Leighton, but not enough of a touch to cause Byrne any issues.
Big ups.
Byrne a high ball. Halfway. Trapped down by Miata of Avondale, but only as far as Holmes. Holmes a long ball. Jess Sheehan might be on the end of it. No, way too long. Well taken by Bennett. Throws it out wide to the running Barrerio. Barrerio to Goad. Chips inside to Kelman Knight. Kelman Knight controlling things. Inside the defensive half for Avondale. Issuing instructions. Accardo. Allen. Wide now to Barrerio. Good work. They control possession inside the attacking half. Goad. Back to Barrerio, the attacker. From defence. Under pressure. Good pressure by Sheehan. Forces her back momentarily to Kelman Knight. Now to Goad. Goad down the left-hand side. Wilkinson is there. Coming across her path, though, is Leighton. Reliable defender. Another American in the competition.
That's it.
Well played by Kelman Knight. Throws it back in. Barrerio kicks into the body of Sheehan. Back heels it now towards Kelman Knight. Had it taken off her by the robust Holmes. Can she keep it alive? She shoves Miata over the line. Who's going to win possession? Keilor Park does. Didn't play last week, Abby Holmes. So important to this side, the English woman. And in the blue and white boots, Gersovic. Gets it to Holmes. Tried to Nodder. Didn't succeed. Commodore at the back. Hassled out of it. Well played by Accordo. Got it backwards now to Janetsaris. And Bennett back to Janetsaris. Had Commodore confronting her. Just slid it brilliantly to Miata. Now to Kelman Knight. Lobbing ball, staying onside. Goad. Loping after it down the left-hand side. Gersovic meets her now. She's looking to go back inside. Goad. Gersovic's goal side, though, for Keilor Park. Good inside ball on the edge of the 18-yard area. She chips it from one side of the goal to the other, Kelman Knight. Sydney Ellen goes after it, and it's shoved over the line by Keilor Park. Inside the attacking half, Avondale probably had its early days. A bit more of the ball and a bit more of the territory. It's 1-1. Sloane Young back to Wilkinson. Big body of Wilkinson. Try to control it. Had too many purple shirts around her. They turn it over through Ingles. But again, it's taken away by Avondale through Wilkinson. And loves to control the ball. Kelman Knight back to Wilkinson. Charging in Inglis. Got a boot to it for Keilor Park. Sheehan as well, but they've got numbers virtually on halfway. Claridge does well for the Avondale side. Got it to Kelman Knight, who's controlling everything. Accardo out now towards Goad. Gusovich doing well to stay goal side and gets a boot on it, puts it over the sideline. Here's Goad again. Mayata scored that magnificent goal, then kicks into the body of Leighton, and it will be a corner kick. We saw the corner kick early days for Keilor Park, of which
Don't go past your Avondale boy, okay?
Avondale were a bit disorganised, especially through the header from Kelman Knight, who doesn't make too many errors. So it's going to be Sydney Allen to take that corner kick. Looking to get it deep. A lot of players hanging around the 10-yard area. She takes the pace off it, headed down by Inglis, who was hanging on that goal post there. But straight back to Barrerio. Long high ball, didn't have enough carry on it. And in the bread basket of Byrne it lands. But it had certainly plenty of power on the kick, just not quite enough height as two players clashed into each other as the ball heads on that outer side from where we're broadcasting from, which is in front of the social club rooms. Lena of Keilor Park crashes into Cartledge of the, or Claridge I should say, of the, I'll get it right eventually, of Avondale. And it's over the sideline, right on halfway. Claridge playing in defence and doing a good job so far. It's a nice ball. Finds Barrerio. As they switched. Now to Goad. Good work by Jess Sheehan. She pushes her opponent down, but she worked really hard to make Goad work for that as she tried to turn her opponent inside out and get goal side herself. And Avondale comes up with a free kick.
Can we get a few more in there? Can we commit a few more? Yes, well done, Beatty.
So Goad gets in now. There's a semi-wall of Commodore and Sheehan. She takes the pace off it, gets it to the right-hand side. A header comes down from Avondale from the Kelman Knight kick. But Byrne, with waiting arms, accepts it gleefully. 1-1 the score. Holmes scored in the second minute from the first corner kick of the day. And then a long shot by Miata from Avondale. They know how to score, there's no doubt about that. They were goalless in the first match of the season, but since then been pretty good, scoring 5 times in 2 matches. Gusovich down that right-hand side. Commodore has it now. She may have to go backwards to Sheehan, and she had it taken away from her by Accardo. And then she loses control of it again as Commodore did well with a long shot. Just inside the 18-yard area, but too much elevation on it and sails over the crossbar. Accardo was just slightly indecisive then. Long high ball. Young was hoping it might get over the back. It doesn't. Taken away from her. Kept alive by Keilor Park through Mia Power, who was very good a couple of weeks ago. And Young met front on, goes to ground. She'll be okay though. Comes out now to Gusovich, who's been good to Holmes. Lena was the one that has put the Avondale player down in Young. And she's just getting up now, Young, as clashed into was Miata of Avondale. A physical game early. We know that's the way Keilor Park likes to play. No Betty Michael today in the Keilor Park side. Mia Power so good a couple of weeks ago. Barrerio in the pink boots, very important here in front of us. As Janet Saris will take the free kick. She could go to Accardo, but goes back now to the goalkeeper, Bennett. Now to Miata, the scorer of that magnificent goal. Accardo. Commodore confronts her. Kelman Knight. Back to Accardo. Well done. Great pressure. Making it a bit harder to get the passes going. Commodore on the Avondale girls. Eventually Miata receives from Kelman Knight and Allen. And Miata's in the middle of the pitch. Goad runs onto it. Back to Miata, who's come from Heidelberg this season. And now to Barrero. Barrero, nice little ball to Goad. Has Leighton for support. High ball over the left. And trying to get a header in there was Allen. But just had too much for her to not at home. And it spills to the outer side as they try and clear it once more through Smith of Keilor Park, but taken by Miata. Getting back is Power, and she puts it over the sideline, getting goal side for Keilor Park.
KK.
1-1.
We need slow more in when Petey has it. If you can get a message, slow more narrow.
It's a good contest early days. The two teams that have come up, they played each other twice last year. And the most number of goals conceded in a game by Avondale. And they won 4-3 over Keilor Park. And then when Keilor Park had lost a lot of their players late in the season, they belted them 8-1. They had some huge wins last year. One of them was over Monash 17-0. Steiner, who's elected to stay down in VPL with Bundoora, she scored 57 times of the 137 goals they put in the back of the net. Incredible performance. On the left, another corner kick by Avondale. Byrne got a hand on it, trying to hack it down. Not able to, and going to ground. It was Kelman Knight. And headed down by Wilkinson in the direction of Allen, who hacks it but was off balance and misses everything by a fair way. Over the byline. And it remains 1-1 in this first half.
If you want to go in a little area behind the pole. Oh, yeah, so you're not like falling. Yeah, that's fine. Thank you.
So Byrne will inbound again. Most players are just inside the attacking half. As you can see, Magnus, my man, with me once again. Football Victoria must think we're a great combination. I think we are. He thinks we are. We're going beautifully again. Here's Goad. Barrerio as they attack inside the attacking half. Avondale through ball. Allen. Young can't get on the end of it. And cleaned up at the back by the goalkeeper, Byrne. As I said a couple of times, Young very clever to get out the back but stay on side. From Florida and America. A lot of Americans joining the comp this year. Headed down by Commodore at the back. Good play by Claridge, one of the defenders. Finds Bennett. Bennett, a high ball. Will be trapped brilliantly by Goad. Has three opponents around her. And she manages to work her way through Sheehan and Gasovic. Then goes down the left-hand side to the big body of Wilkinson. Did she keep it alive? No. Leighton was coming out to confront her. And it's going to be a Keilor Park ball. Approaching 38. Hannah Wilkinson scored a goal in her first World Cup in 2011, coming on as a sub to level it against Mexico, and scored the winner against Norway in her last World Cup. 12 years later in 2023, also played for New Zealand at the Olympics in 2016. Here is Mayata. Good through ball, Young. Well played, Kelman Knight, kept it going. Young runs onto it now. She's on the edge of the 18-yard area. Three opponents around her, goes back to Allen. And then Allen receives a falcon as it was cleared by Commodore. And she's in some trouble, Sydney Allen. You see it a bit in the AFL that they kick into the face. And the ref is calling the trainers to come out. Abby Holmes having a chat to the coach. She's not happy. From Sunderland and also Durham. but a very important part of this team. They've only scored twice, and she scored them both. It's sort of their issue at the moment, putting balls into the back of the net and finding players to finish off for them, which was an easy task for them last year until, of course, they lost most of their players late in the season. He continues to have a chat with the coaches, Abby Holmes, as we keep an eye on Sydney Allen. When you kick it that hard, it can cause damage. I remember Jordan Roughhead in the preliminary final of the 2016 AFL season against Greater Western Sydney. I remember it well. Being a Dog supporter, they won that day, and he suffered a falcon and an eye injury, and it took him all week, of course, to recover. She's going to come off for some treatment, Sydney Allen. She's as tough as old boots. You'd expect her probably to come on. She just gets a little bit of treatment and has a chat with the coach. So I think she'll be okay to come back on in a minute or so. So again, they have numbers at the back. Here she comes. She's back on. Janet Saris. Accardo, not a great pass. She was flat-footed, Goad. And Gersovic does well to intercept, but she puts it over the sideline. And again, Avondale in possession. Controlling things nicely at the back. They're well spread at the back. They're all on the same page, whether it be Accardo, whether it be Barrerio. He's playing a bit further up the pitch. And Claridge as well. Here's Wilkinson, controlled it brilliantly. To Allen. Now to Miato. Turns a couple of opponents inside out. Lobbing ball in the direction of Young. Had trouble controlling it. Goes back to get it. Inglis though after it. Beats her. Down to Kavanecchia. To Power. And then Inglis kicks into bodies. And it's over the sideline. In fact, I thought maybe Young was claiming that Keilor Park had it last, but no, she was the one that made the last touch. Inside the attacking half now, but they can't control it. Kavanecchia turned over at the back. The numbers are very good in defence for Avondale, as I mentioned earlier. Well played, Accardo. To Goad, to Wilkinson, but just getting a boot in. Lena to turn it over halfway for Keilor Park. Down now to Commodore. Commodore has an opponent around her, fellow Japanese player who came from Heidelberg this year. Miata, who scored that great goal. Power, a nice ball, but there was no one on the end of it. Comfortably taken on the bounce by Bennett, who throws it out wide to the running Kelman Knight. Kelman Knight, a very good player. On the left, chipping ball towards Young. Couldn't control it, but it slips down to Wilkinson. Try to get a through ball to Young, just getting involved Ingles. And Ingles will hack it out of the danger zone for Keilor Park. To Commodore, who traps it. To Young Sheehan. Goes after it now. Back heels it to keep it in. Arriving on it and going halfway was Smith, but turned over again by Avondale, but eventually Keilor Park get it. Holmes, is she onside? No, she's not. She managed to just sneak out the back, but she couldn't stay onside. They managed to clear that, and all of a sudden there might have been an opportunity for Holmes against Bennett, and you'd probably back Abby every day of the week. Anyway, free going Avondale's way. Charging out of defence, Janet Saris, the captain. Barrerio, Kelman Knight, Goad, beats two opponents. The talented Wilkinson, and Leighton, a very good defender, just gets a boot on there and staves off the danger. But it's taken by Barrerio inside the attacking half for Avondale. It's 1-1. Gets it to Kelman Knight. Kelman Knight, a lobbing ball. Can Young get on the end of it? She traps it. She shoots. But unfortunately, she might have been a bit off target, and Byrne came across and got a hand on it and put it over the byline. So it's going to be a corner kick for Avondale. The Avengers. Been around since 1984, the men's team, very strong team, going to the championship after being such a consistent side in the NPL over the years. And the girls have been around since 2019 and have won titles regularly, coming up from, of course, in those days, the VPL 4. So Allen passes to Barrerio, tries to get it towards the 10-yard area. The tall figure of Wilkinson's there. Comes down to Young, but she hacks into bodies. Long ball by Claridge, does very, very well. And it bounces in front of Byrne, who throws it out now to Leighton, the American. To Gasovic, trying to get a spot in this team. Hunter Gasovic, the younger of the two Gasovic girls, and Barrerio comes across the path and puts it over the sideline. Couldn't quite control it. Taylor Smith, the only girl remaining from last year's team. Here's Gusovich, Miata and Smith over the sideline. Avi Holmes continues to talk to the coaches, issuing instructions out there. Lena is the captain of this side, but she plays such a big part in it, I would have thought, with her experience from England. Here is Allen. Accardo. Janet Saris controls the ball. Loping out of defence now. May pass it wide, she does. Kelman Knight doing a lot of running. Right on halfway. Through ball to Wilkinson. A lot of experience there. And Young tried to keep it alive, but it was over the sideline. So Kelman Knight will play whenever she can at the moment in regard to the Asian Cup. Australia started well, not playing today, and she's commentating for Channel 10 with Tara Rushton and the crew when the Matildas are playing. So here's a chance for Commodore. Just gets a little ball in, but looking for someone to run onto it. Not able to, Holmes. And it's cleared at the back by Janet Saris, who got it to Bennett. Back to Janet Saris. Down the right-hand side, well done. Hooking it inboard to keep it alive, Kelman Knight. But approaching with Smith for Keilor Park. Goes back now to Lena. Lena has to go defensively. Slightly inside the defensive half to Leighton. Leighton finds Gusovich, who's been good so far. Goads her opponent. Gusovich takes her on. Goad tries to shove her out of it to Sheehan, right on the edge of the sideline. Good ball, but again, no one on the end of it, and comfortably cleaned up at the back by the goalkeeper Bennett for Avondale. The Avengers won. Keilor Park won. Miata, Barrerio. Goad, very constructive. Miata again, back to Barrerio. Bit of pressure from Sheehan for Keilor Park, but they control the ball, Avondale, inside the defensive half. Good ball right across the goal face. From Accardo to Janet Saris. Janet Saris, a through ball, keeping it alive. Young to Wilkinson, who barges through. Beats Leighton. Good effort again to lob it by Kelman Knight. Allen's at the bootlaces, couldn't get it. And Ingles is there. Runs away from Allen and elects to go back now towards Byrne. Byrne has Wilkinson right with her, so she has to hack it away. Getting boot to ball, Kelman Knight. Goes to the back now, Commodore wins a loose ball. She's got her teammate out wide, but it had too much on it for Sheehan and sails over the sideline. Just not quite getting their passes right inside the final third, Keilor Park, despite an early goal from a corner for Abby Holmes, where the header wasn't cleared by Kelman Knight from the goal line. Here is Goad again. Barrerio. Gusovich. It's sort of been beaten by the ground ball again, Keilor Park, as it's cleaned up by Accardo. Janet Saris, the general. Now, she thinks her way through, gets it to halfway to Young, just getting a boot to ball. The opposite number 9, Lena for Keilor Park. Down to Kavanecchia for Keilor Park. Janet Saris under some pressure from Commodore, pressing hard to try and keep the ball inside the attacking half for Keilor Park. Going back, Kelman Knight to Bennett. So cool, calm and collected, Kelman Knight. Into the breeze. That held up from Bennett to Barrerio to Miata. Miata a high ball, heading out wide. Allen virtually gave up the ghost there. It was headed towards her, but it had too much on it, and she sort of knew a long way out, and maybe if those little legs were pumping, she could have kept it alive, but not to be. Played at Alamein, played at Heidelberg, and played at Bentley. Pleasant day for football. A little bit windy. There's a bit of a chat amongst the girls in the middle of the pitch from both teams. The Avondale girls having a good chat now. Goad issuing instructions, as you can see on the camera. Magnus, as I said, doing a wonderful job. Sydney Allen and Sloane Young. Very tall figure, Wilkinson, isn't she? She actually loves the music, plays guitar and the drums, and put a couple of songs up on Spotify in 2019. Likes surfing as well. So she's a great talent, Hannah Wilkinson. So, still unsure what's going on here. Players are chatting to each other. Still trying to work out exactly what the ref is doing here, with the greatest respects. So we're going to have a couple of extra minutes coming on here, you'd think, with the break in play. They get it inside their attacking half as we resume again, but having to put it back as Accardo, as again good pressure from Commodore of Keilor Park. They're well inside their defensive half. They're getting the ball inside the attacking half a lot, Keilor Park, but they're turning it over. Their final third work not good. Gersovic at halfway will pick the pocket of opponents for Keilor Park. Back to Leighton from the boot of Tamsin Smith. High ball and again getting goal side in front of Sheehan as Accardo. Now booting it long as Bennett. Trying to backheel it as Kelman Knight. I reckon she missed that. Wilkinson is there. Gets caught by Tamsin Smith, who turned it over momentarily. Only as far as Allen. Back to Kelman Knight, who's been outstanding so far. And also Barrerio. Barrerio now to Janet Saris. Janet Saris outside the 18-yard area. High lobbing ball. Gersovic. She heads it down inside the attacking half. Met front on with Sheehan. And the ref is going to give a free kick. I think studs are up from Kelman Knight. It's a late call, but it's Keilor Park's ball inside their attacking half. Heading to the change rooms. A ground they've been playing at since 1976. First game this year on pitch 1. And it's in good shape. They've had it resurfaced. And a free kick to be taken by Commodore. Commodore towards the 18-yard area. Great header by Accardo. Not sure she got it right in the middle. It seemed to stun her a little bit. You know how important, I've spoken about it before on the stream, that the header is in soccer, but if you don't get it in the right spot with the HIA, such a big part of sport nowadays, you can hurt yourself. I'm not sure she got it right in the sweet spot where she needed to head that away. She was in a little bit of duress, Accardo, but she's recovered as it's going to be a corner kick. It went over the sideline, cleared by... Sorry, I thought it was a corner kick. It's thrown back in. Kapanekia hacked away. Janet Saris, but only as far as Holmes. Holmes now in the direction of Gersovic, but she wasn't on target. Well off target. And she needed to maybe settle. I know Goad wasn't that far away from her as an opponent, pressing her, but I like what Gersovic is doing so far. Have to give the votes a little bit later on. She wouldn't be out of it so far. We're only halfway in. Or just over the first half, though. A lot of football to be played. 1-1 at the moment. Kelman Knight. Janet Saris to another pink-booted player. Barrerio, very solid. Accardo. Kelman Knight inside the defensive half, helping out the defenders. Beata gets back as well. As I say, the ball's living inside the attacking half for Keilor Park. Through ball again, but Leighton is there to arrive and turn it over to Sheehan. Sheehan goes wide for Holmes. Holmes is flat-footed. Getting back. Claridge, and it goes over the sideline. She's been solid in defence as well. Yes! Again turned over by Keilor Park from Avondale. Kapanekia and Holmes. Front of the social club rooms, Inglis. Just inside the attacking half, almost halfway, but that's a bad turnover. Taken by Allen, looking for Goad. Gersovic just thrusts the boot out. Smith does as well. But it's intercepted by Kelman Knight. Kelman Knight now. Long ball, but Byrne is there. And she'll take it. She was hoping that Young could stay on side. But I don't think she was, as she lobbed the ball straight to Byrne. Bounces halfway. Nearly a turnover. Lena. Kapanekia for Keilor Park. Waiting at the back. Good work by Accardo. Barrerio. Go down the left. Good battle with Gersovic. A great individual contest that. Gersovic getting goal side. Now to Wilkinson and Barrerio and Kelman Knight. Through ball Goad. Got a boot on it. Turnover though. Under some pressure. Smith just gets around Kelman Knight. But only as far as Accardo for the Avondale side. Brought down was Miata. Well played Holmes. Got a pass from Commodore. Got 3 opponents around her. Goes wide now to her running teammate, Kavanecchia. Kavanecchia a through ball, but only as far as Commodore, who was offside. Power involved as well. Excuse the punt, providing a power running from defence down that left-hand side to help out with a touch. Here is Bennett on the left. Gasovic is there, but her header, she couldn't control it. Wilkinson wins it now for Avondale. Gasovic is there again. And I think Goad was offside. 1-1. They scored in the first couple of minutes. From a corner, which wasn't cleared by Avondale through Holmes, and then Miata inside 10 minutes. A magnificent long shot for the Avondale team. And now to score goals. And it's over the sideline. It will be inside the attacking half again. They just can't finish off the final third, Keilor Park. Holmes has shoved down Barrerio from the throw from Hunter Gasovic. And Barrerio has been pretty good. Free kick going the way of Avondale, the Avengers. And Kelman Knight will take it. She goes back now to Accardo. Accardo to Janet Saris. Janet Saris out of defence once more. Inside ball. Still inside the defensive half. Miata has Barrerio running forward down the left. 1 minute of extra time. High ball inside the attacking half. Well done by Power to hack it away. Not with a lot of control, but Byrne is there at the back as she's approached by Wilkinson. Byrne a high ball. Wobbly ball. Halfway. Bounces over the top. Clean bowls everyone except for Janet Saris, who'll go back to the goalkeeper. In Bennett, who plied her trade for a little while in the colleges in America. Janet Saris from Claridge. And now Kelman Knight. Back to Janet Saris. Good pressure on the edge of the 18-yard area from Lena and teammates for the Keilor Park team. And then right on halfway, taken on the full, a half volley from Gerasovic down to a teammate who beats 2 or 3 in Commodore. And right on half-time, she bumps a fellow Japanese player down in Mayata. She did pretty well then. She had 3 opponents around her trying to control the ball. Commodore of Keilor Park. But it's half-time and it's 1-1. A goal inside the first 2 minutes from a corner kick where it wasn't cleared adequately by the Avondale team and finished off by Abby Holmes. Scored their only 2 goals so far this year. But Miata was able to equalise with a long, long bomb that Maggie Byrne looked to have control of, but it just kept going and going and going. And scores are level. 1-1 at half-time for the Senol NPL competition for women. It is round 4. We had all one-sided results last night, including Spring Hill 6-1 over Bentley. It was a huge result, and I'll also check those other results as well. And as I say, they were all one-sided. And you thought the way this game started today that it was going to be a bit one-sided, not so much one-sided, but high scoring. But the defences have done well in the back end of that particular half. Burundara remain undefeated, 4 from 4, and early days maybe the team to beat. They keep winning. And it's not just 4 undefeated results, including draws, it's 4 wins. That's a great start. They beat Preston 4-1, and Heidelberg, having a wretched start to the year, went down to Box Hill 4-0. But 1-1 here. We are at Keilor Park, playing on their number 1 pitch for the first time this year. And we've got a big second half coming up between Keilor Park and Avondale for the Senol NPL competition for women for season 2026. Round 4, of course.
You keep singing, huh? So much. He is. They're literally, is it another for the mic? The mic's usually on half time. Oh, you see?
Women's in game.
Is that it there?
Yeah.
They can hear.
Get off of my bench.
Oh no! Oh no, the shoes! Hang on, get the shoes. Not the mic. Is the mic good down here?
Oh, did you get it on the bum?
Hey, question though. That's number 24. So she's had 3 fouls against her, like 3 kick fouls. Would the next one be a yellow? Or another talking to and then a yellow?
If it's the first foul of the game,
Yeah.
he won't.
Yeah, he'll be like, sweet.
Correct.
Yeah.
10 minutes in, probably.
Yeah.
Because we've
Like the
talked
game
about it.
settled, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, I get that.
Oh, any subs, guys? Did you make any subs to kill?
I'm
You have
just a
no
trainer.
idea.
I made them run.
Yeah, exactly. That's it.
I mean, say hello to her. Hi, superstar.
Question as well, though. If it's a free kick, if I flick it up to the person next to me,
I
and
know, I
then
think
she
it was a
kicks it,
perfect
is
day
that
to play
allowed?
soccer. Yeah, until the sun came out.
Yeah.
Oh, I enjoyed the game, Bella.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, okay, sweet.
It's raining.
You're all man.
Hey, Avondale pays for that water. Turn it on.
Turn the sprinklers on? I fucking hope so. They're council controlled. The council controlled? Yeah. And they didn't know there was a game on tonight. Of course they did.
Oh, the speaker! Yes, your redemption.
Oh, my iPad, my iPad.
Oh, not the iPad. Get the iPad.
Oh my gosh,
Dude, that's expensive. Alright, bro, my speaker's
Bugger.
Well, drama and mayhem here at Keilor Park Soccer Club. The council controls the sprinklers. You would have thought they would have known there was a game on at 3 o'clock, but the sprinklers are on the pitch behind us. The problem with myself and Magnus and the gentleman from Avondale doing the stats is we are in the firing line, and when they really do come round towards the main pitch, the poor girls are on the sideline and the coaches, etc., are in diabolical trouble because they're causing issues. Although I think there are a couple of people involved with the club that are trying to keep them. No, well, they're still aiming towards the main pitch. So there's a change straight away. Lorca comes on. Sheehan comes off at halfway for Keilor Park. And it's 1-1. It's not raining. The sun is out. The sprinklers are on at the back. Can you believe that? I don't think we can do much about it. I think we just got to start, don't we? And we do start. And they win possession, or have possession, Avondale. Good ball from Kelman Knight. Looking for Young, who was trailed in by Powers, doing a good job on it. Wins it for Keilor Park, down to Kavanecchia. And it might be a Avondale ball. It is. Yeah, this is a real issue, in particular for the girls. Well, that we're about to get it here. This is ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous. The girls who are luckily sitting inside the dugout for Keilor Park have been protected, but it wasn't good early as they got it inside the attacking half then, the home team. But the Avengers whack it over the sideline and eventually hacked, or near the sideline, hacked over the sideline by Keilor Park, and Barrerio will win it for the Avengers. Couple of minutes into the second half, it's 1-1. Great goal by Holmes from a corner kick inside the first 2 minutes when it wasn't cleared by the defence of Avondale, and then Miata. Whoa, only a few minutes later, a long bomb from outside the 18-yard area made it 1-1. If they get another draw, it'll be their third of the season, the 12th place Keilor Park going into this round. Here now is Inglis. Commodore. Power. Back to Commodore, a through ball, but getting back defensively and hacking it away. There's a Cardo. Back now to Commodore. Commodore outside the 18-yard area. Being shoved and getting a little boot on that. Well played by Claridge. She did very, very well. But waiting halfway, just inside the defensive area, Lena. Gets it inside the attacking half. Controlled well by Kapanekia. Back now to Power, who's been good the last few weeks in defence. Now Ingles, back to Power. And those sprinklers continue. Someone turn them off. Here's Power. The pass is nearly run down by Allen. And then putting it over the sideline. Doing well to just get her boot involved there. And the off-coloured pink boots is Tamsin Smith of Keilor Park. Here is Miata, the goal scorer. Commodore right with her. Made it impossible for her to weave her magic. And she's happy to concede Commodore early in this second half. Claridge. Kopanekia. Holmes coming the other way. Well played by Janet Saris. Now to it. Accordo. And brought down late. Looking for Goad. Yes, Accordo was brought down late. And was there a yellow card given? Saw the ref writing something down. I didn't see the yellow card come out initially. Claridge as they switch from one side to the other. Avondale inside their attacking half. They're breaking down a bit in their final third as well. Young looking to try and turn her opponent Power inside out. Has done a great job on it so far. Comes back now to halfway to Claridge. Claridge might get a lot of water on it here because it's spraying in our direction again. Those darn sprinklers. It's one now by Holmes inside the attacking half. The ref was in the way. Has to go back towards Commodore, who just boots it long, but it might set up her teammate now in Tamsin Smith. Tamsin Smith kicks into bodies. Ricochets away. Back now towards Lena. Taken by Miata. Brought down, but the ref let it go. That was the way to go. Allen.
Come on.
Claridge. Janet Saris. Boots it towards halfway. Wilkinson arrives. Inglis with him. With her, I should say. Headed down by Lena. Taken back by Power. Outside the 18-yard area, Byrne collects. Foots it away to Leighton. Lena. Down that right-hand side. Smith. Through ball. Well played again. She's been magnificent today. Accordo. Allen. Oh, bad turnover. Getting on the end of that. Power. Kapanekia. Holmes. Flat-footed. Well played Janet Saris. She picked a pocket like a thief in the night. Good play by Miata. Claridge. Great ball down the right-hand side. Two opponents around her. Good effort by Young. And then great effort coming in late to try and get boot to ball. But Leighton was magnificent as well, was Wilkinson. And Wilkinson had the last touch. But, gee, Leighton got goal side to help out Byrne because we know how dangerous Wilkinson is. And Leighton saved the day as Wilkinson put it over the byline. Good contest. She scored twice in World Cups, Hannah Wilkinson, for New Zealand. Over 100 appearances. 3 World Cups and an Olympic Games back in 2016. Byrne a high ball. Hacked on again. Good effort by Keilor Park, but it just wobbles to the back. Bennett to clear again. Under some pressure, the captain, Janet Saris. Lots of purple shirts around her. Loops it long to Goad on the outside or in front of the social club rooms. She's under some pressure from Gersovic. Cleared at the back by Ingles. Missed by Barrerio. Can she keep it alive? She can. Front of the social club rooms. Slows it down in the attacking half. Little ball to go. Miata storms through, but can't get enough on it. Good stop at the back by Power. Hacks it away for Keilor Park.
Get around her! Get around her!
Good play by Keilor Park to get it inside the attacking half, but turned over again by Kelman Knight. But a bad pass. She looked to switch to Claridge. Taken by Kavanecchia. Through ball again. Holmes was hoping to get on the end of that. Couldn't. From the Lena ball. Once more, parry and thrust. Turnover City here. Allen. Wilkinson. Janet Saris, all in the pink boots. Long high ball, they look resplendent. Out to the left-hand side and Goad. Goad has Kosovic putting pressure on her. She comes inside. Back to Wilkinson, just outside the 18-yard area. Has Lena for company. Now finds Kelman Knight. Whipped off her and put over the sideline by Lorca, who came on at half-time in the very bright red boots for Keilor Park. Barrerio receives from Kelman Knight, lobs it long, but camps in front of the left goal post, comfortably taken on her chest by Byrne. Byrne's kick off the side of the boot. Claridge approaches it, beat Kavanecchia, got it down in the direction of Young. Wilkinson receives from Allen. Allen tried to find Kelman Knight. Goad was there. Kelman Knight put down, front on. Got a boot to ball. Cleared at the back by Leighton again, but panicked because Barrerio's like a wall inside the attacking half on the outer side for Avondale. Quick ball to Goad. Back to Barrerio, back to Goad. Goad inside the 18-yard area to the top of the 18-yard area to Wilkinson. Now to Allen, opponents around her. She shoots, but Byrne is there and takes it on the second grab. It was good work by Allen because there were a lot of purple shirts looking right at her, a couple of metres away, staring her in the eyes. And again, it's turned over inside the attacking half by Avondale, the Avengers. Miata from Young. Claridge involved as well. Wilkinson out wide to Young again. I reckon Power's done a great job on her. She tries to come inside. She's nearly goal side now, but the defenders do a great job. Inglis among those to see it over the sideline. Or the byline, I should say, and it's going to be a corner kick for the Avondale Avengers. Searching for their second win of the season. They dropped their opening game 1-0. Some would say a surprise win over always strong, perennially in this competition in Bulleen, 3-0 and 3-2 last week against Melbourne Victory. High scoring first half. It was 2 each. Here's Kelman Knight deep to the goal mouth, but it goes over the top. But they win possession again. Avondale. Barrerio along the turf. Didn't get enough on it. Holmes clears it, hacks it away. Smith is there. Been pushed off it by Accordo. And then there's Goad again. Wilkinson. Here's Young. Back heels it. Kelman Knight. Back to Young. Edge of the 18-yard area. Commodore there. She shoots, but shoots into bodies. And then in the end, Kelman Knight gets it. And it ricochets off the left goal post. Byrne was flat-footed. And luck's of fortune. They weren't able to clear it, the Keilor Park team. And Kelman Knight scores. It is Avondale 2, Keilor Park 1.
Hey, come on.
A lot of hacking in mid-air, just getting a little touch here and there. But what they did so well then, Avondale, was bring their players up in the 18-yard area. A lot of white shirts there for the purple shirted Keilor Park to try and find a way through, and they weren't able to. So Kelman Knight and Miata scoring for Avondale, and they lead 2-1. Work for Keilor Park to do. They've conceded the last two. Lena, Smith, Inglis. Looking to get it towards Kapanekia. Gets it on the edge of the sideline. Poor effort. Turns it over like Claridge's game. Young now, Allen. Through ball. Wilkinson stays onside. Inside the 18-yard area. Wilkinson to the top of the box. Didn't have enough on it for Goad. Cleared by Gasovic for the Keilor Park team. Down now to Kapanekia. And they saved the day. Power. Been very good on Young. Done a great job. And it gets it out to Lena. Turned over by Barrerio, has been superb. It's been 1-on-2 a bit, and she's been a one and done the job. Accardo. Goad. Barrerio on the left. Looping ball. Hacked away. Magnificent. Or did she just miss? Offside. She's called offside. She got it in. Young, it was a magnificent hack. She beat Byrne, but it's just been called offside. Marginally. And that's why she put her hands to her face. It was a brilliant ball on that left-hand side, and she was sort of left all alone, Young, looking for her 5th goal of the campaign, and she had it, but she was offside, a bit like a no ball in cricket. Could have been 3-1, it's 2-1. Could have, should have, would have. If your auntie had whiskers, she'd be your uncle. And it goes over the sideline. Right on halfway. Again, the defence. Accardo, being one of the best players on the pitch for mine, might feature in the votes. Barrerio, another one who's played well. The defence has been superb. Now that's a better ball by Keilor Park. Lena, but kicking into bodies to sub Walker. Came on for Sheehan at half-time. Coleman Knight, the goal scorer early in this half. Now they charge out of defence. Accardo once more runs into trouble, but she's composed and cool. Miata to Allen. Allen tried to hook it towards a running Claridge, but in the road. Kapanekia, high ball for Keilor Park. Holmes gets onside now. She loves a goal home. She'll look to shoot, but coming across her bows and putting it over the sideline is Accardo, who got goal side. Could have been 3-1. Young, a magnificent hack. Beat Byrne with that lovely cross from the left-hand side. But she was just offside. So it's 2-1. Lena receives the throw near where the byline and the sideline generally meet. Wilkinson. Coleman Knight. Goad. Miata all in their defensive half. Controlling the ball though. The passing's been okay. Sticking. Claridge receiving. From Young. Here's Goad again. Almost brought down by Gasovic. Did okay then to ensure Goad didn't get an easy ball. I reckon she's been good, Gasovic. Got another boot on that. Well played. They had to go backwards a bit then, Avondale. Claridge's pass misses. Miata, here's Holmes again. The problem with Abby Holmes, she's always had 3 opponents to try and beat. And she goes after Bennett. Bennett gets her boot to ball, the goalkeeper. Janet Saris goes wide now to Barrerio. Barrerio inside. Coleman Knight. Bit of pressure from Commodore, but Miata was able to slide it from one side to the other. To Accardo. To Coleman Knight. Controlling the ball. As Lena confronts her. Then hacked over the top by Miata. Taken by Barrerio. No one there though. A good header inside the 18-yard area by Ingles. Got back nicely. Gasovic liked her game today. She's done a lot of nice things. But a turnover at halfway by Miata of Avondale for the Avengers. Couldn't control it, Coleman Knight. Good work by Keilor Park to get it forward. Kapanekia trailed in by Claridge, who was able to find the sideline. She played very well in defence today too. Isaiah Claridge. It's 2-1. Looking for their second win. Here's Holmes, hooking to the 18-yard area. Couldn't really clear it, Janet Saris. Allen also tried to nod it, missed it. Well played by Wilkinson, runs onto it. Inside the defensive half, got it to Coleman Knight, who just blazes away. And then there's a nice nodder finding the sideline from Leighton, their reliable defender, the American for Keilor Park. All purple today, the home team. White top, blue shorts, the Avengers. Through ball by Goad. And then across the face, looking for Young from Miata. Too much on it. And the byline is in the road. Senol NPL Women's Competition, round 4. 12th place, Keilor Park, with 2 draws and a loss, taking on the team that dominated VPL. Both teams had come up from their comp last year. They were first and second. In fact, both teams were magnificent throughout the home and away season. Here is Commodore. Commodore down the left-hand side. Holmes has got an onside position, but a couple of defenders have gone goal side. Accardo, one of them. She elects to try and pass to Kapanekia, but Barrerio has been another star for them in defence. She foots it away, and it will be possession for Keilor Park and Mia Power. They're in attack. They trail 2-1. Round 4 of the season. Still trying to find their first win, Keilor Park. High ball to the edge of the 18-yard area. Getting a little boot on that was Commodore. Good stop by Bennett. It stays alive. Holmes did very, very well. Back now in the direction of Power. Great header by Miata, a defensive one. In between the 18-yard area and the 10-yard box. Barrerio there, but they keep control of it. Keilor Park inside their attacking half. Trying to win it. Gersovic. She's had a good battle with Goad and she emerges with it. Well done, young lady. But her pass had a bit too much on it. She goes after it again, just near the byline. High ball to the 18-yard area. Attacking it at ground level is Lena. Kicks into bodies and then she was well off target as it sails over the byline. 2-1 the lead. But Keilor Park getting a bit of a look at the moment, possession-wise and territory-wise. Bennett. And Avondale out of defence again. Through ball to Wilkinson. That's a good ball now to Young, the 2 talented strikers. Young, good ball back to Wilkinson. Wilkinson shoots. Byrne, a great stop. Stays in though, and she just picks it up. That was travelling by Hannah Wilkinson. Byrne sort of headed to the right-hand side, and she was able to stop it and pick up the scraps in front of her. So that was on target. Wonderful save by Maggie Byrne. Still 2-1 Avondale. Threatening though. Ball down the left-hand side though for Keilor Park inside their attacking half. Chance for Lorca, the sub. Under some pressure from Claridge. Tried to get it back to Lena. Lena got a touch on it. Cleared at the back again. Well played by Avondale Heights and Accardo. And just walking on the ball now is Wilkinson. Classy and clever to Young. Switching into the middle to Kelman Knight, the Stars. All emerging here for the Avengers. To Goad, another one. Out on the left-hand side with the red hair. Gersovic has certainly kept her honest. She tries to come inside. Shoots, but getting a boot on that and putting it nearly over the sideline was Power. Back to Goad. Back to Kelman Knight. One go at it. The second one will bobble away. It might stay in. She looks a bit out of breath, Young. But in the end, I think she was offside. She was. And I think that Power realised that. She played well again today. And the pink-booted Ingalls with possession. Giancarlo and Janet Saris have been very good at the back today, haven't they? And Barrerio for Avondale. Miskicked that one, Ingalls. Lorca. Lorca has it again. Power had a couple of goes at that, and then unfortunately for Mia Power, down the left-hand side, she didn't find a target. Wearing the orange and white boots, almost ankle boots. Mia Power, as you can see from our coverage on the stream for the Senol NPL Women's Comp, round 4. Like Claridge's game too, another fine defender for Avondale to lead 2-1. Wilkinson controls it. Beats Tamsin Smith. Back now to Allen. Charging out of defence. Ocado under pressure. Holmes does well. Has to go back now to Janet Saris. Janet Saris, a through ball, no good. Turnover. Lena, can Holmes get on the end of it, but getting goal side is Ocado again. She'll want to give it back to the goalkeeper. She will. And it's footed away as Commodore gets very close to Bennett. Cleared again by Janet Saris. Young approaches inside the defensive half for Avondale and just got a little foot on that.
Good job. Well done.
Working hard with Smith, the only remaining player from last year's team that was promoted for Keilor Park. That's Tamsin Smith. A header from Miata. Another header from Lena. Back to Miata. Takes it on the chest and then boots it towards halfway for Avondale, the Avengers. Tamsin Smith, though, chips in. Gets it backwards to Gasovic. Hunter Gasovic has been good, as we've mentioned. Kennedy Leighton, a very good player. Long ball towards the right-hand side. Again, the defenders get back. Barrerio just hooks the left footer. But Leighton is there. There's a wall inside the attacking half for the team in purple in Keilor Park. Long high balls are Holmes, the edge of the 18-yard area. Gets it at the bootlaces, shoots, but good defence again. Janet Saris and also Claridge getting back. Ocado as well, and a rare corner kick for the Keilor Park side, but the defence protecting Bennett. Camp between the 18-yard penalty area and the 10-yard box, and it's 2-1. Good news about the sprinklers is they've gone to the halfway area of the pitch behind us. They're not causing any damage anymore. Long ball, whipped in by Lena, but it just had too much on it. And it's going to be a goal kick. She really put her right boot into that. Forced it long and wide and across the face. Bennett. Ocado. And a late challenge on Kelman Knight.
G, stop driving in.
Janet Saris. Ocado. Lobbing ball. Barrerio caught out there. They just clear it. Keilor Park, but they've always got numbers about halfway with their defence. And their defensive structure been great today, Avondale. Goad ends up with it. Wilkinson. Allen. Allen, nice inside ball towards Wilkinson again. Beaten to the punch, though, by Leighton. Now to Lorca. Lorca, a high ball. There's no one on the end of this. It's all white shirts. Getting back, goal side. Barrerio, the first there. Pounces on it. Works it back to Bennett, so diffusing the situation once more, the defenders. After an error in the first 2 minutes from a corner kick, resulted in an Abbey Holmes goal. Since then, they've probably controlled this game. Kelman Knight. Nice ball. Looking for Young. Balloons to her. Power's done a very good job on her. Power right in front of her. Young is able to work inside. Good pass now to Allen. This is dangerous. Allen on the left. But it just squirts away. And there's going to be a change here. Rogers coming on for the Avondale Avengers. And Sydney Allen having a rest. He's done a good job again. Played a lot of football, Sydney Allen. We mentioned she's been at Alamein, she's been at Heidelberg, and she was at Bentley last year. And it was a tough year where they almost were relegated but stayed up because it became a 14-team competition with Melbourne City and Melbourne Victory's under-20s coming in, replacing the Football Victoria Emerging Comp, which is a lot of players from that comp over the years that are now plying their trade in this league still with different teams or in the A-League W competition. So Keilor Park with the ball inside their attacking half. Trying to control it. Smith Back to Ingles in the defensive half. Wilkinson. It's been a good battle that. Ingles through the middle. Controlled by Tomadori. Down the right-hand side, Gasovic giving them run again. Hunter Gasovic. Long ball. But way too high. And Bennett didn't have to worry about it. Going to be another change here. Gasovic, who's done an outstanding job, is coming off. And Anika Gallagher coming on. She's been terrific today, Hunter Gasovic. Maybe a surprise move that she has come off. She's kept Goad pretty honest. They control it in defence again. Janet Saris and Viata had Commodore right on a hammer, so she had to go back. Turnover again. Player I thought was brought down for Keilor Park. Here's Holmes now. Holmes couldn't take the ball with her, and it's whipped away. Great play by Janet Saris again. Charging out of defence. Accardo might have been met late, coming in very late. That was good play. Also getting involved in was Rogers, who's just on, and coming the other way was Lorca, and stopped her from getting a decent pass. Goes there now. Here is Rogers, but well stopped at the back again by Ingles, who just was able to put boot to ball. Rogers was, well, virtually on top of her. And they win possession again, Avondale. Ferrerio. And they put it over the sideline, the defenders of Keilor Park. You just get the impression one more will do it, and they're not far away. Goad, though, kicks into bodies. Ricochets out wide again. Winning possession. Rogers getting a bit of it since coming on. Kelman Knight to Goad. Back to Kelman Knight. Through ball again. Miata's already scored once. She's under pressure. Looking to shoot now. Lobs it up the top of the 18-yard area. Good defence by Keilor Park. Cleared away by Power. Turnover again. Player brought down. It will be a free kick. They are controlling the ball at the moment. Avondale.
When you're ready.
Player put down. The trainer will come out.
Sorry. Girls, get together, get together.
They're right on top at the moment.
Also, where was the point of contact? If it was on start, different story. I don't want to watch it. No, thank you. No, thank you. I don't want to watch it. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, thanks.
Just not sure. She's jumping up and down. Hoping she'll be okay. Yes, it's Rogers wearing the orange boots who was the one that got met. So there's going to be a spot kick. Kelman Knight will take it. There's a mini wall set up by the Keilor Park team, and they've got their back to the plate here. Now they front on to Kelman Knight. There's three of them, and the rest of the players from both teams are sort of hovering on the edge of the 18-yard area. Takes the pace of it, headed away by Ingles. Back to Kelman Knight, a high ball off the left, and it sails out of play. They've got complete control of possession at the moment in territory. They nearly had a third goal, but Young put it in the back of the net, but it was called offside just. It was a beautiful whipping cross. Had her on her own as she hacked it home. After Keilor Park scored the first goal in the first 2 minutes through Abby Holmes. They've only scored 2 goals this year, and the English woman scored them both. Long high ball towards halfway. Hacking it back. Good play, Cardo. Leighton, in the end, goes defensively for Keilor Park. She's been solid again on the ball. And beating Kelman Knight was the leaner of Keilor Park. Under pressure, Cavanekia. Leighton looking for a through ball. Trying to control it was Commodore. He wasn't able to. Also couldn't get at Rogers. Lena's there again. But intercepted nicely by Young. Back to Clary. The defence good. Inside the defensive half at the moment. Janet Saris. Little ball now to Young. Sharing with Janet Saris. Some pressure applied by Lorca of Keilor Park. Back to Claridge. Back to Janet Saris. In her path was Holmes. Good work by Bennett to leave her 18-yard area, the goalkeeper. And then Fido Cardo's had a terrific match. She kicks into the body of Lena, but luck's of fortune for Avondale. Ricochets out to Rogers. Here's a chance for Young. Young did very, very well. This was almost going to be one-on-one, and then the defence of Keilor Park shoved her away, and she couldn't get boot on ball to maybe put it beyond doubt with 3-1. So the defence got back. They were trailing in at one stage, but the big bodies of Smith and in particular Ingalls were able to shove and force her off balance. But it is still going to be a corner kick as they had the last touch to save the day for Maggie Byrne and Keilor Park, the defenders led by Ingalls. Here's Kelman Knight again on the left. Deep ball, headed away. I got a feeling that Keilor Park had the last nod. They did. So a corner kick from one side of the park to the other. And Kelman Knight has spoken about her TV commitments. And she's involved in the Asian Cup, of which Australia are undefeated at this stage. Tough first game against Philippines, 1-0, but won 4-0 during the week. The Philippines, I think, were in damage control, really. It's got quite windy here at Keilor Park. Low ball from Kelman Knight, and Wilkinson foots it out of play. So it's dangerous, Hannah Wilkinson. As I say, when you score 2 goals in World Cups, she played in 3 of them. She can certainly play in one of them. She came on as a sub to even it up in 2011 against Mexico and scored the winner against Norway 12 years later. Now it's wide. Power. Well done by Young, the American. It's won by Keilor Park, but at the back, Janet Saris there again. Trapping it is Miata, the ex-Heidelberg player, down to Young on the right-hand side. Inglis is there, lobbing ball. Here's Go, gets away from Byrne. Should put it in the net, and she does. Oh, what a pass that was by Young. What a finish it was, magnificently by Goad. She was able to step around Maggie Byrne. I won't use one of the late great Dennis Committee's lines like a librarian, because that's his, even though I've just used it. Rest in peace, great man. And it's 3-1 for the Avondale Avengers. And don't they know how to score, this team? Sloane Young, sensational. Beatty Goad, brilliant. Maggie Byrne, nothing she could do about that. They've just got to have a decent crack. They've broken down in their final third all day, Keilor Park, because the defence of Avondale, after conceding that first goal, has been magnificent. Here's Commodore. They've turned the ball over a lot too today, Keilor Park, which hasn't helped them, especially right on halfway, and Wilkinson is able to benefit from that turnover, but she couldn't quite find her teammate. Big body Hannah Wilkinson. Haven't heard the 2 songs that she put up on Spotify in 2019. That'll be something we might do during the week. Here's Commodore. He goes for a through ball that's stopped at the back by the Avondale team, led by Claridge and Rogers. And back to Claridge. And Young involved too. Bennett, like the game of Claridge. Cardo's been good as well. Young and Claridge sharing inside the defensive half. Into the wind, which is picked up. Trying to get involved, Rogers. Trying to backheel at Power, but into the feet of Young. Power wins possession over the sideline for Keilor Park. Throws it, but headed by Miata. Back now in the direction of Accardo. Goes wide to Barrerio. Partners in crime. Down to Kelman Knight. 2-way running from the former Australian player. Magnificent today. One of the better players on the park. Might get votes. Although that pass was a bit ordinary. Going back now. And it goes over the sideline. A rare error from Avondale in. They did get their numbers up, the Keilor Park team, but that was just a stray pass, which wins possession close to where the byline and the sideline, a joint. And it's close to the byline again. And there's nothing they can do about that. Avi Holmes had 2 or 3 opponents around her. Another change occurring. And Caitlin Tommel coming on. And Hannah Wilkinson. So Caitlin Tommel coming on for Keilor Park. And Wilkinson comes off for Laura Vesky, coming on for the Avondale team. Hannah Wilkinson's done a great job again today. The lead 3-1. At 5-4 in goal difference before today, it will be 8-5. 9th on the table, so it'll certainly help them. The goal kick from Beattie to Janet Saris. Turning opponents inside out. Accardo. Good pressure from Holmes, who's done that all day but hasn't had enough support. Trying to keep the defenders honest, but they've been cool, calm and collected. Beattie down the middle, trying to head a goad. Slips over the top. One now by Kavanecchia. Runs into trouble in the form of Rogers in the orange boots. Little pass now to Smith. Tamsin Smith goes wide. One at the back by Barrerio to Janet Saris, who's got back to support Bennett. Little ball now to Coleman Knight, who just walked onto that pass. And it continues on from Young to Goad. Long high ball. Laura Vesky also got a touch there coming on. And then as they won possession just inside the defensive half, Keilor Park, been a bit of an issue today. They couldn't control it. Once again over the sideline. Trying to head it down Smith. She was the one that couldn't control it. Seconds ago. Kelman Knight. Through ball by Tommel has just come on for Keilor Park, and it's 3-1. They scored the last 3, the Avondale Avengers, after Keilor Park scored the first goal inside the first 5 minutes. But Miata with a long bomb made it 1-1, and then they've scored twice in the second half. Kelman Knight getting one of them, and then Betty Go getting the other. Fortunately for Tommel, she got a hand on that as she was trying to control it. Still inside the defensive half for Avondale, and they'll switch it. Claridge will receive on the broadcast side. She takes it from Barrerio. And now Janet Saris, now Miata and Accardo, all sharing it well with little passes. Now a through ball. Kelman Knight just has a look. Long ball again, but no one on the end of it. Byrne is there, and she vacuums it up inside the 18-yard area. Could have been 4-1, it's 3-1. Sloane Young disallowed a goal after she was offside. Claridge is there trying to head it backwards and gets a bit of support from Miata. What a magnificent backheel pass that was. The look-away backheel pass was sensational to Rogers. And now to Young, and it was in a dangerous location in the middle of the 18-yard area. But Leighton got in front of Goad and foots it over the sideline.
Can we do that now?
So there might be another change about to be made by Avondale.
Asia Sloan.
Let's go, girls.
There's 2 of them.
Asia.
Tamsin Smith coming on. It's not Tamsin Smith. Alyssa Smith. And Andreopoulos. As Sloane Young comes off, she's done her job again. Didn't score today, but still scored 4 goals for the season.
Sam? Thank you.
Hey, push on the line. Kenny's going to be that team. Get him up. Push on the line.
So good effort by the Avondale team as they make these late changes. And Andreopoulos received a little pass that goes over the sideline. Claridge comes off as well. What a good game she's played in defence too. Headed down by Kavanecchia
Oh, thank you so much.
and couldn't control it.
Oh, you're fine. Well done, Hen. Good job.
Putting it over the sideline again, Keilor Park.
That tackle
Mia Power. Inside the 18-yard area. Oh, missed by Ingles. Luckily, Byrne was there. Maybe she knew Byrne was there and deliberately missed it. A fresh air shot, as the late great Lou Richards used to say in his commentary in the AFL when I was growing up many, many years ago. Here is Barrerio. Back at Cardo, coming outside the 18-yard area. Boots it on the left. Bennett, the goalkeeper, trying to control it but can't. Was Avondale. And it goes wide again. Laura Vesky was there. She wasn't able to control that. And Keilor Park getting inside their attacking half. But once more, Bennett didn't have a lot to do and was able to clean up. Miata. A lot of two-way running from her today. That's a poor turnover on halfway. Can't really be controlled by Smith. And nor in the middle of the park, Keilor Park. They just can't stick their passes. Comes out wide. Good ball towards Goad. Goad got it from Rogers. Missed, unfortunately, as she came to the 18-yard box, and it was dangerous for Andreopoulos. Couldn't take it cleanly. Here's Lorca again. Manages to get on the ball and win. Beats Smith. That's Alyssa Smith. Nice little pass out to Commodore. Commodore down the right-hand side. Looking to control it now. Long ball. And that wasn't a bad effort from the right-hand side from Tommel, another sub earlier on. And Bennett was on her own in the middle of the goal mouth. And it bobbled, but she still took it comfortably. 3-1. Schemmel NPL Women's Competition, round 4. Some reasonably one-sided results so far. This has been the closest of them. Tommel couldn't control it. And it will be an Avondale ball as another change is about to be made. And the older of the Gersovich sisters coming on, Poppy. And to replace Amelia Inglis, who's done a good job in those off-pink boots. I like them. Ball down the line, and Tommel gets a nodder. Thought she was shoved out. And again, it's over the sideline, won by Smith once more. Alyssa Smith. Again, a heading ball from Andreopoulos for the Avondale Avengers. Smith goes after it. She wasn't all that urgent, Tamsin Smith, but wins it to Commodore. Out wide now to Tommel. Alyssa Smith's there for company. Inside ball's better. Tamsin Smith's battled manfully. Back now to Leighton, who's been one of their better players. The defence has been under the pump. Power, another one. Shoved out of it by Andreopoulos. Gets boot to ball for Keilor Park. Cleared at the back by Miata. No one there, though, except for Leighton. Leighton may concede, but she elects to go across the face. That's clever again. Looking to run it out of defence. Through Annika Gallagher. But once more, the defence gets high for Avondale. Turns it over. Kelman Knight. Goad. Lorovesky has come on and given them some vim and vitality. Goad again. Under some pressure, Rogers. Does well. Maybe Kopenecki was pushed over and should have got a free. Didn't get one. Turning opponents inside out. Caitlin Tamel, but kicks into the body of Miata, and then it's won at the back by Smith, who dribbles to her own advantage. Now she goes across the face, but the kick wasn't great at all. And Gallagher's in pursuit, and it'll eventually go over the sideline. No, it stays in through Goad. Goad gets goal side, beating Gallagher. Now she's on the edge of the 18-yard area and 10-yard box. Under pressure. Good stop by Byrne as she just snuck it through. Byrne was camped on the left goal post. Cleared by Gallagher again. Just gets her boot on it. Finds her teammate Tommel. A couple of subs, but she kicks into bodies. And Barrerio sees it over the sideline in front of the social club rooms. 3-1 the lead. It's getting tough now for Keilor Park. 2 draws so far this year. Beaten 4-0 last week by Bulleen after Avondale beat them the previous week 3-0. Turnover again. Barrerio. Lorovesky. Through ball by Rogers. Not great. Cleaned up at the back. 3 minutes remaining. Byrne miskicks it. Tommel. Holmes. Hasn't had the influence today, but she's tried hard. That's a lovely little flick by Miata. And here's Kelman Knight, again, just thinking. Good pass out to Goad. She'll be met by Gallagher, who's goal side. Goad looking to come inside. Well done, Gallagher. Got a little boot on that. And she was able to stave off the danger. Commodore beaten by Miata, who tried to do what she did in the first half on the left, but was slightly off balance and misses to the right-hand side. And hits the fence on the full. That would have been a magnificent goal by Miata. And it remains 3-1 with less than 3 minutes remaining in injury time or extra time. Byrne lobs a kick. Headed down again. Good play by Andreopoulos for the Avengers. Lovely little ball came from Kelman Knight, but she couldn't control it. Andreopoulos, who had set it up and then got inside the 18-yard area, but she didn't get enough on the header. Stopped by Byrne again. It's had a lot of work to do. Down Tommel. Keeping it alive. Was Poppy Gersovic, who's just come on for Keilor Park. Now in the direction of Tommel. Kicks into bodies. Again, the defence very good again. Being magnificent. But a turnover inside Keilor Park's attacking half. Barrerio beaten. Gets the ball inside. Tommel, but couldn't find the target. Lena involved too. Pass out wide. Go. There's only one player inside the attacking half of the Avengers. That's Laura Vesky. Go, takes them on. She sprints. She beats a number of them. Gets it wide now. Laura Vesky in pursuit. Trying to ensure that she's under pressure. And can't get goal side is her opponent Gallagher. And it will be Maggie Byrne's ball. In the closing stages of this, Avondale about to have their second win, the Avengers, after dominating the VPL last year. Did not lose a game. Scored in every game. Had 14 clean sheets. Long ball by Byrne. Hacked away again. Finds the sideline. Keilor Park ball. We had drama at half-time and the sprinklers spraying water all over us, just behind us, in the pitch that was used in the opening home game this year for Keilor Park. But it is just water. Here is, it's a warm enough day, as the whistle was blown to end the game, and a big result for Avondale. Their second win of the season, and they've been pretty good in the 4 weeks so far. The quest is to stay up, but for this powerful team, we know how strong the men's team's been since they entered the comp in 1984 and involved in the championship, the second level of the A-League, which gets underway later this year. And the girls have made massive strides in the 7 years or so they've been involved in the comp. While for Keilor Park, they're just off the pace a bit. It's early days. They're obviously in relegation zone territory, but there's still a lot of football to be played. Their problem has been their inability to finish inside the final third. There are only 2 goals scored by Maggie Holmes, and she got a goal early today where Kelman Knight, who did everything else right today, wasn't able to clear the header from the corner kick from Keilor Park, and Abby Holmes was able to put it in very deftly and cleverly, and then it was all one-way traffic. Headed by Avondale. Miata's long bomb was magnificent to make it 1-1. And then in the second half, Kelman Knight scored a great goal. And then Goad from a wonderful run from Young, where she whipped through opponents and was able to find Goad, who scored to make it 3-1. It could have been 4-1, but of course Young was deemed just offside when she received a lovely ball that was whipped in from the left, and she hacked it in. But, as I say, called offside. But a terrific result for the Avondale Avengers. I need to give my votes. And I'll give one vote. I thought her game was very, very good today, Kelman Knight. She certainly set up the team early. We know what a good player she is. She's a very experienced campaigner. Obviously, she's well known in the world of football, being, of course, a commentator and being an Australian rep with over 100 games. Played in the A-League, 129 games, played with 8 clubs around the world, and she's a wonderful pickup for Avondale, and controlled it after, of course, that era early days, but she made up for it by just being so experienced out there. So I'll give her one vote. They're all Avondale players, 2 votes to Accardo at the back. I thought she was magnificent, the way she controlled everything with Janet Saris and also Barrerio. And 3 votes. It was a tough one. I'm going to go for Barrerio. I thought her game was magnificent, and she played a terrific game, leading the team from the back. Special mention to Miata for that long goal and also getting back as well in defence to help her team. I thought she played really well. I thought Wilkinson was pretty good too, as they do their stretches in front of us here, the Avondale girls. While for Keilor Park, it was a tough day at the office. Leighton, as usual, was very good down back, and she had a lot of work to do. I thought Tamsin Smith did a good job down back, and Power as well. And I'll give a special mention to both Byrne, who was under the pump all day as the goalkeeper, and also Abby Holmes. She scored early, and she was always putting pressure on the defenders by trying to run them down when there were some loose balls inside the final third, which was the area that let them down. But in the end, a great win in this Senol NPL women's competition. Round 4, great to have them on board as our sponsors this year. A 3-1 result for Avondale over Keilor Park. Avondale have now won their second game of the season. Their ability to score goals will keep them in most matches. They've scored 8, conceded 5. The big issue, of course, for Keilor Park is their inability to win 2 draws at the start of the year. Conceded 7 in the last 2 matches, but we know Bentley are really struggling at the moment, and also Melbourne City. So a lot of football still to be played, but they'd love to find a win in the next few weeks, particularly at home, Keilor Park, where the game is played today. Thanks to Magnus for all his hard work. He's always a pleasure to work with. Thanks to Chris Gleeson for organising this, and also Mandy as well, and the team at Football Victoria. Shout out to an old schoolmate of mine doing a lot of work for Football Victoria this year in Paul Trimboli, and also a young man who's got his start as a development officer. Has been trying to get a job there for a while, Football Victoria up in Ballarat, the son of a great mate of mine, Luke Francis. So a lot of people doing a lot of work for Football Victoria. This is a great competition, and we see Burundara Carey Eagles on top with 4 wins from 4. But Avondale, haven't they done well? They've recruited well. They dominated the VPL last year, and they're in contention early days with their second win. So they've won here at Keilor Park today. It was Avondale Avengers 3, Keilor Park 1. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Long weekend, of course.
Enjoy your weekend. You deserve it.